Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our EHPA Membership Explained webinar, an onboarding webinar for members and potential members and everybody who is interested in the work that we are doing at the European Heat Pump Association. And I'm really thankful to see you all who have already joined and those who are joining. This session is recorded, so even if you're late, you will still be able to catch up with what you missed. And just a quick reminder what this is about. This is our regular webinar that we hold twice per year. And we use it as an opportunity to tell our new members what EHPA, European Heat Pump Association, is doing and what we're working on, to present our team, and also to talk to those who are interested in our work outside of the organization who are not members yet. And today is a unique opportunity for those of you who have joined to meet our team. So I will quickly present our agenda. We will start with a short introduction about EHPA, what it is, who we are. I will also talk about our governance and the team. And then you will see the team will present itself. So our team members are here today, including Paul Kenny, our Director General. So also you're lucky to have this chance to meet him today. I will also walk you shortly through the membership benefits that we have at EHPA. And then Paul will present our leadership and statistics. And operations team will walk you through what they do and also how members-only platform works and what it is. Policy team will talk about EU affairs and the policy influence work that we do at EHPA, and projects team will talk about the EU projects. Closer to the end, we'll talk about communications and events and networking opportunities that we have. And we'll close with certification and a Q&A session. So you can also ask your questions during the whole session in the chat, but we will give you an opportunity to speak and to write as well your questions at the end, so you have a chance to talk to each of us today. And now let's move to the first part, which is about us. EHPA was founded 25 years ago in the year 2000. And as you can guess, this year is a big year for us. We're celebrating our 25 years anniversary. It will actually be happening next week, and there will be a presentation about this today. We are over 200 members now, representing the entire value chain, which include heat pump and component manufacturers, national associations, test labs, universities, utilities and consultancies, and so on. We are located in Brussels. You can see the address of our office. So if you're a member already, you're welcome to come and visit. And we also, our members come from over 30 countries now. And we also cooperate with organizations internationally, not only in Europe. When it comes to the mission of EHPA, we aim to ensure sustainable and stable growth in the domestic, commercial, and industrial heat pump market, to make heat pumps the #1 heating and cooling technology in Europe over the next 5 years. And you can read more about this mission and also what our vision is on our website if you want to know more. In the meantime, let's move to EHPA governance. Talking about this, in the center of our governance is the board, which you can see is represented by 15 people. They change, they are voted for, and they change every 2 years. The head of the board is the president, and they also elect executive board members. All this is served by our secretariat, or as I will call them, EHPA team, led by Paul Kenny as Director General. And every year, all members meet at General Assembly. So General Assembly will also be happening very soon, next week. Again, we will talk about this today, later. Very important, especially for those who are members, the members who are present on this call. And so Secretariat, or EHPA team as we call it as well, is a big team. It has grown a lot, also in the last few months and also in the past years. So if you were in our previous presentation, you would have noticed that we have a lot of new team members. Again, I will not, of course, present every single one of us, but you can also go on the website and read about us and see us, and you can contact us easily. We have policy team, operations team, projects team, communications and events team, and heat pumps key mark certification secretariat. Each of these team also to some extent represents the membership benefits that we have. And that is where I'm moving now. So as this call is about membership, it's important to walk you through what the membership benefits are. And each team today will present their work and talk about these benefits one by one. So the first one that's important to mention is voting and participation. So every member has one vote, and these votes are used during the General Assembly. Also, you get access to members-only platform, and you're eligible for a seat in the board of directors when you join as a member. Another benefit would be about policy intelligence, our policy influence work, and our policy team will walk you through this today. So I will not stop too much on each benefit right now, but to make an overview. Market intelligence is another benefit that is very interesting, I think, for many of you. And the main product here, or the most popular product here, is our market report, which is also coming quite soon. Again, will be introduced to you separately during this presentation. And project intelligence is what our projects team is doing. So this is in the realm of EU projects. You also will soon see this from the presentation of Joel, who will talk about it. And another benefit is communication and visibility. So it's about it's not only about you learning from us, but also about us making you more visible. And it's tightly connected to networking and business synergies benefit, which is about events and about networking and having access to each other and to others in the sector. And also it gives you opportunities to speak and again be more visible and get access to other experts. And now, so this is shortly the overview of the benefits and who we are. You can also get all this information a bit more in detail in our membership brochure. So I put a QR code here, you can scan it and it will lead you to our website where everything is explained a bit more in detail. And now I will pass the floor to Paul Kenny, our Director General, to present leadership and statistics at EHPA. Hello, Paul.
Hi, everyone. I think Nastya has introduced me enough. So I'll take you through a couple of slides, and just to say, we'll go relatively quickly through the slides. The detail on them is really so that you have them afterwards. So don't be scared of the number. So really just a quick overview of the team and leadership and so on. So a little bit on statistics. You're probably aware of these if you're in the heat pump market. So heat pump sales went up very sharply in 2022 as a result of the gas price spike and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In 2023, they fell a little bit in the back half of 2023. They fell quite sharply. And then in 24 again, we've seen early 25 numbers stabilizing and maybe rising a little bit. There's some discussion in the industry really around there was a lot of stock building at the end of 2022 and the early 2023, which was why the fall was quite so sharp in 24. This looks across European markets in terms of sales. So France, Italy, and Sweden in 2024 is still the largest sales, with Germany, Norway, Spain, and Finland still having quite a lot of sales and stock. The UK is growing still, and other markets are starting to grow. key policy that we ask for to get a stable heat pump market is the ratio of gas prices to electricity prices. We publish an index every 6 months for residential and commercial, residential and industrial. Really, and we use this to lobby quite hard. And now you see the European Commission has come out with the Energy Affordability Action Plan, which focuses a lot on electricity, which is what we need. The market share of heat pumps for space heating, it changes quite a lot, but depending on countries, but there are quite a number of European countries that have a very mature and very large market share, which shows us really what the opportunity is for all the other countries to get up there. That's why we kind of focus on that opportunity in countries. The big change, I suppose, we're changing policy supports in some countries, stop-start subsidy schemes. Electricity prices went up very sharply because they're based on gas prices, and once the hedging of gas had worked its way through in 2022 and 2023, we saw very large 24 prices. And also, I think it's important to say the replacement rate of heating systems fell sharply in 2024 across all different heating technologies. We're about to launch in the next few weeks the 2025 market report and a new data platform. It's quite a large volume of data that we have, and it's quite an interactive data platform. So I think you'll find it quite useful. That will come in June. And I will hand you over to Birgit now, who's our operations director.
Okay, I'm Birgit. I will briefly introduce the EHPA operations team and our areas of responsibility. And then my colleague Anna, she will speak more about the members-only platform. So as shown here on the slides, I'm Birgit Krause. I'm the operations director. I'm on board now since 4 months, so I'm also still quite new and still learning about EHPA every day. And then we have the team. We have Anna and Paula, who are senior operations officer and senior HR officer, respectively. And we are currently supported by 2 wonderful students, Katarina and Butaina, who are working with us and supporting the team over the summer or until the end of the summer, both supporting both the office assistants and executive assistants to the director general. So that's the team. And in terms of what we're doing, well, we make sure that the machine is running and that it's running smoothly. So in terms of our responsibilities, well, we take care of the operations and the administration of the organization. That includes the whole infrastructure at the office. We support the team, which Nastya has mentioned has grown considerably. So we are now a team of 35 staff. But we are also providing support to the members, of course, and we are supporting governance aspects as well. So as already mentioned, the General Assembly will be held next week, also supporting the board. Then we are in charge of the financial management and the oversight, collecting invoices and making payments, making sure that we're on track with the budget and that the reporting is done in a coherent and transparent way. We are also in charge of all the human resources aspects, supporting the team and working that everybody feels happy and that EHPA is a great place to work. And then, of course, what's very important is the systems and structures. Seeing that the organization has grown so much, we're making sure that we're working with the right tools, that everybody has the right tools in place, that things are working efficiently and effectively. And one big part of that is, of course, the membership platform that you've probably already checked out, and that will be now introduced in much more detail by my colleague Anna.
Thanks, Birgit. So good morning, everybody. As Birgit introduced me, I'm Senior Operations Officer here at the EHPA, and I'm overseeing process optimization and the finance at the EHPA. So today I will focus my presentation on presenting you what is interesting for you, so our members-only platform. So first, in a nutshell, what does it offers to you? So first, it will give you the access to different groups, different resources in terms of data, like a social media package, or different also more legal documents such as our statutes, or still, for example, our brand identity guidelines. So then it is important for you, as it really combines our groups, our public, and our group related events. And especially it will also give you the opportunity to be involved in the day-to-day consultations that can come from the policy team for voting, for polls, or related to our members that are elected in the board. It is the platform to submit their votes in order to approve new members. It is important, as this platform really lets you to complete a profile and really being active in what is like really in the most relevant areas that you are interested on. And then finally, what is important to know is that you can easily handle your subscription preferences related to newsletters, or really if you wanted to get more information and more involvement in HPA is really the place to be. So I will now show you how to access the platform. So it's really easy. I will afterwards I will do a demo so you can really follow me, but it's easy. You will need to go to EHPA website, and you will go to ehpa.simantra.eu. You will have how to log in. So you need to, for if you are logging in for the first time, you will need to retrieve your password as shown here, and after you will got an email so that you can set a new password, and then you will be able to get into the platform. However, you will also have at your availability a user's guideline that show you step by step how to do it, and really the most important moments, or I would say things that contains that the platform contains. So please feel free to consult it. It is available for all our members. Now I will stop presenting, and I will share my screen so that we can go quickly into a demo. So let me just share again my screen. So now if someone from the HPA team can tell me if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Great. So everything starts as said in the EHPA website. So here you have our website, and then you just need to click in members login. When you click in members login, you will go directly to our member platform. So as you can see here, what is important is that you can, of course, once you have your details, you can directly log in, but also you can retrieve your password, as I told you, simply using your company email and then retrieving your password. For the exercise, we are going to just do it with a profile that I have created for this demo. So welcome to the EHPA members only platform. Here we will quickly go through the main points that are relevant for you in this platform. So here, as you can see, you have the main news, the highlights about the different topics, such as our data, our events, or our different webinars that we are working on. Then in the home page, we have the groups you have subscribed to. That's to say, for example, here this is and this is a colleague working at the HPA, so she will have access to the General Assembly group, so the largest group, because she's part of she's considered as a member, but also she will have the access to our private EHPA staff group. However, if you scroll a little bit down, you will have the different other groups that are accessible. Every group has the name, but also a description, and you can request to join for some groups, but also some groups are just they you don't need a request, so you can just consult them, and I will I will take the manufacturers committee just as an example so I can quickly show you how it looks like. So when you go to a group, you will have, it will be always structured in 4 pillars, the conversation. So it will be related to all the emails that are shared from the different internally with the members. So you will not miss any conversations. So you will find everything, you will retrieve everything here. And then you will also be able to send email to the group. This is good. And then after you will have the meetings that are scheduled, the upcoming meetings, but also the past meetings. For example, here, as you can see, we have an upcoming meeting for the MCO on the 16th of June. So you will be able to get all the details. If you click here, you will have really what is it about. So you will see the email that has been sent and the link for joining. So you have really everything in one spot, which is convenient for you. Then you will have the members of this group. So you will have the detail. For example, here is my colleague, the location, and also you will have here her role. So it is really useful if you want or need to contact any of these members. And finally, but the most important would be the documents, because in every group you will have different documents available related to meetings or different presentations. So you will be able to consult them, and not you cannot edit anything, but you will be able, for example, you will be able to download. If I take here the example, you can download for your personal use. So this is really relatively everything about how it works in the groups. But if I get back, you will see that we had different here tabs, and I will quickly go through the group structure, which is really something that my colleague from policy will explain you. But here in this group structure tab, you will have how we work at the EHPA in terms of governance, statutories, the committees, the policy files, as well as you can see here, about the statistics, and finally this business platform. For every group, you will have, for example, here again, if I take the manufacturers committee, you will have who is the chair, who is the vice chair, who is moderator, and you will have different useful links that can really guide you through the group, for example. Then I let you you will have access to these, and you will be explained all this information by my colleague just after. If we go to all members now, you will have really, in a nutshell, all our EHPA members. You will be able to have the information about the company. So if I click here, you will have information about the company. So who is the primary contact, where is it located, and also the contacts that are available. So you will be able to see their profiles and get in touch. So it's really like the place to be in order to get different contacts and get in touch with relevant people or stakeholders. Then, if I go to news and resources, you will have all our communication and all part of our work here. If you go to the newsroom, it will be all the different news that my colleagues are posting in our members only platform. So here you will have different key moments that are happening, have happened, and we want to share it with you. So you will have, for example, here you have information about market data, and you will have, of course, the graph, and you will have more explanation about this article, together with relevant links to redirect you to the different sources. If I go back, you will have as well the resources, which is another important part. Here you will have all the different things that we share with our members. So that would be, for example, as I told you before, in the about the HPA, you will have how to how to use this members only platform, but also you will have guidelines for the brand ID, or still articles of association, competition law, EHPA governance rules. So you will have really access per different buckets. So for example, here in the communication, my colleague Sarah will introduce you a little bit more. You will have the social media package. You will have more information about really each of the departments. You will have some presentations, as you can see, or still some policy, more general files, as well as some statistics statistics files and documents. So this is also only available for downloading. You can share among your colleagues that have access to the membership platform through this link. So you copy the link and they will need to, they will require to connect to the members only platform as shown in the first step. Then if I go finally to the newsletters, here it will be really a repository with all the newsletters from the last one. As you can see, this is really fresh, our newsletter, until the really past version. So you will, if you have missed something or want to retrieve any information, you will be able to find it here. Then important for you to organize your meetings, you will have per group register, you will have the possibility to look in a consolidated way what are your upcoming meetings. If I take into account, for example, the digitalization task force, I see that I have a meeting today, but if I want also to take into account the national associations, I see that I have a meeting this Friday. So a meeting took place last Friday. So it really helps you to plan your agenda and to be able to be the most active possible in and take the most out of your membership. Finally, as I told you, we will have these participation polls. Sometimes our policy team requires you from your input. We will ask you to vote. For the moment, there is no vote available, but know that this is also possible through this platform. Then we have videos, so it will be really all our campaigns that we are holding, KIMAR certification, the EU projects webinar, and videos, and you will have also our recorded webinars that we are presenting as well as some communication campaign. As you can see, some campaigns with our Director General Paul Kenny, or our past campaign for the Heat Pump Day. So last but not least, you will have the events tab that will redirect you to the EHPA website. My colleagues will from events will of course introduce you better than I do, but you will have really in a nutshell again all the events that are that will be taking place in the coming days, months. So here, what is important for you is that you will have here your profile. So as I told you, you will have subscription preferences. You will decide which preference, which mails to receive, which also which groups that you want maybe to join. This is something completely possible. As I told you, you decide your request to join, and you can you will of course get subscribed to the different mailing list. You will have your profile, so you will be able to update if there is a change in job title, position, or something that has changed in your professional profile. Then you have your organizational profile. It is your company profile, so you will be able to introduce, for example, if it's not filled out why you join EHPA, also your Twitter handle or your invoicing information. Then you just need to submit and the changes would be applied. Finally, but not the less important, is that you as a primary contact, you will be able to subscribe your colleagues. That's to say, here you see in this case, my colleague is primary contact for EHPA, so we can decide, for example, I will take the example of Paola. I can decide to edit or to delete the profile if she's not anymore working with us. So it's really easy and convenient. But also, if I have someone new that I need to add, you will have to just fit the name, last name, email, the job title, and here if you go to groups, you will be able to just tick the one that you think that she or he should be involved, and then you submit. So everything will be approved internally, and you will have you will always have an overview of your colleagues. So this is, I would say, in summary, all that EHPA platform does. If you have any question, now I will stop presenting. If you have any question, feel free to send an email to membership@ehpa.org, and then we will get back to you in terms of access, or if you have any question related to a document, feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you, Birgit, for the presentation. And now I will pass the floor to our policy team. And Maria will be presenting.
Yes, hello,
Maria.
welcome. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So welcome, and it's really a pleasure to meet you and present the work of the policy team to you today. In brief, what the policy team does is to advocate and promote awareness and create a market environment that is facilitating the faster deployment of a heat pump across EU level. So basically here in this slide you have an overview of what we do and who we are. We have three main pillars actually. One is led by our policy director Josephine and together with Maite, and in particular here you can also find what are the files that are currently handled by them. Also, we have Melanie, which is the head of supply chain and competitiveness, and all the files that are under her review and are handled by me and my colleagues Eleonora and Marcin. As you can see here, you will find not only political files but also technical files, for example, related to the Lot 1, 10, 6, and the one related to more broadly to the Clean Industrial Deal and the single market strategy that are, of course, more political. Then there is the pillar that is taken over by Saverio, the head of energy policy, together with Milagros. They took care of all the aspects related, for example, the ATS2, the Social Climate Fund, all the topics related to finance, including, for example, the Energy Taxation Directive and the guidance social leasing for clean tech. We are not going into details of these files, just this slide just to give you an overview of the team and the files that we cover at large. If you then have questions, you can contact or you can reach out to us, and we can come back to you with more detail on what we do actually. Here instead is the structure, is how HPA actually, the policy team, work and interact with you. We have three main committees, and then we have also the task force. The most important one is the ADCO, the Advocacy and Communication Committee, because it's the one in which you can participate and you can get really an overview of what is going on, since it meets 3 times per year, but also for example, it's in this meeting we can discuss together what are the policy priorities, what we need to cover in the next month, in the next year, and also we discuss, of course, what we did in the past. Another one is important is the Manufacture Committee with its subgroup, which is the one related to industrial, commercial work and heat pump and the thermally driven heat pump. The Manufacture Committee is it's the committee dedicated to only the heat pump manufacture and its components. So you can be part of it if you are one of them. And another one, the third one, is the National Association Committee. Instead, in this committee, you can be part only if you are a national association. And in particular, the aim of this committee is to really get in contact with the national association to exchange information, best practice, and to really help us to develop and to pursue our advocacy activity at national level. Important are also the task force. We have currently 4 task force: eco-design, energy labeling, energy competitiveness in finance, digitalization and refrigerants. And in this task force, actually, we conduct our daily work, and we work together indeed with members in order to develop, for example, our position papers or our internal strategy. In brief, indeed, how you can really be involved in our work is first choose and participate which committee or task force you would like to join or to contribute. Then, of course, you will be updated. For example, if you're part of the ADCO committee, you will receive all the email that we exchange with ADCO, or if you are part of in a specific task force, you will get all the information related to the topic of the task force, and you will be asked to interact with us in different ways. For example, you receive different emails for info, for feedback, for action, or for approval, depending on the specific action that we are asking to you. For example, in order to develop our position paper, we can ask you to provide the feedback or inputs, or for example, we just want to inform you, so we will just send you an information email with communicating, for example, the latest news or the latest development at EU level. Also, another way to be in contact with us as a policy team is to participate to our bi-weekly meeting that are usually taken every Friday from 9:30 to 10:30, so only 1 hour for all ADCO members. And it's really important, this meeting, since, for example, especially if you, for example, are not be able to be actively participate in one of the task force of the committee, you can just participate in one of the session, ask open questions, since there is no agenda. So we will be able to answer you and to give you all the necessary information that, for example, you require. And now also we have developed this bi-weekly policy tracker, which is another important document that you will have ahead of the meeting, in which you will find all our current filing that are ongoing and we are working on, and that give you, for example, an overview of all the things that we are doing right now, the next step, what we are currently developing. And it's important also, if you just, for example, you don't have time exactly to have a look at the policy, at the single policy committee, the committee, or for example, the task force, you can just have a look at this tracker and really find an overview of what is our current work. This slide is just also to give you an overview of our campaigns that are currently ongoing, and that's super important. The one related to the energy security and the other one related to industrial heat pump, which are really at the core nowadays at our organization. Also ahead, of course, not only we are working, of course, not only on the policy file that I showed you before, but also on policy campaigns. So together with also map for example, the European Parliament. So we go in this, we organize events also together with them in order to raise awareness and to explain them the benefit of, for example, in the industrial heat pump in this case, or now that the energy security is really at the core center message of the commissioner. We want to make sure that there is no energy security without heat pump. So it's important to we stress this message to politicians, but also to the commission in order to advocate for our sector. With this slide, I've concluded. But if you have any question, then you can reach out to us.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much. And now we are passing the floor further to our projects team, and Joel Fernandez, projects director, will present today.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Joel Fernandez, and I'm the Director of European Projects here at the European Heat Pump Association. My objective here this morning is to share with you some of our good work that we do on EU projects, but more importantly, share with you some of the opportunities as to how you can get involved in our work at the European Heat Pump Association, focusing on projects. So, first of all, I would like to share with you my team. We have a very robust team in the projects team at EHPA. I'm supported by two colleagues, Sonia and Francesca, as well as a larger extended team of Martina, Elisabetta, Francesca, Sofia, Benyat, and Paula. So we are a large team doing over 22 projects. So that's the reason why we have a very large team. But also, we work very closely with our colleagues from the policy and events team. So in the work that we do under EU projects. What we try to do currently, we have projects that fit very well with our policy teams and our verticals that we have and topics that we have in the policy team. So we try to identify projects as well that are correlated. So we have a good cross-team collaboration, as well as we are trying to deliver work not only at in terms of deployment of technologies, but also influence policy through the work that we do at the EHPA. So this is the next slide is a little more descriptive, which I will share with you, and you will receive the presentation. So if in case there is a project that you see here that you can plug in a technology from the work that you do as a member, do get in touch with us, because we keep writing new project proposals. And our objective is to involve the members of the Heat Pump Association in all of our work. We have close to around 18 projects, and in total 22, because we have 2 ending this year, but on the contrary, we have 4 joining us this year. So we will be starting new projects, all funded by the Horizon Europe program and the LIFE program. These are 2 initiatives by the European Commission that fund projects on the clean energy transition, as well as on research and innovation focusing on clean energy. So these are very topical programs, as well as this speaks very clearly to the members of the Heat Pump Association as to where they can get involved. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to share with you. Just a snapshot on some of the figures that we have. Like I mentioned, we have 22 projects, 18 active, 4 that will join us in the fall of this year. We are constantly submitting new project proposals. So if in case you are an organization that is from academia or a company that wants to get involved heavily in EU projects, do come and contact us through Symentra, as well as you can always contact us directly, and we'd be very happy to connect you and involve you in our work. I will talk to you about the Research and Innovation Committee that is chaired by the projects team in a few minutes in the next slides. But as you can see, there are a couple of open calls for submission. The one which I will talk about is on the clean energy transition under the LIFE program. We are in discussions with several partners from the members, as well as other stakeholders, to co-write project proposals on this particular topic. There's also a call on Horizon Europe that has been just launched in May, and both the calls have a deadline for September. So we are in the process of writing new project proposals. If you get onto our website of the Heat Pump Association, you will see under events, you will see this particular page, which talks about more like a one-stop shop on some of our work that we are doing. And in a little more detail, I will talk about this particular a toolkit that we have, or an online possibility for you to get access to more information on whether it is on EU funding and pilots that are available. So every time there's a call that comes out, we put in new topics under this particular tab that you can have information on. We have a Research and Innovation Committee tab that you can get more information on the Research and Innovation Committee, which I will present to you in the next slides. But more importantly, we also have a projects newsletter over and above the Heat Pump Association newsletter, talking about some of our work, some of our partners' work, some of the exciting projects that are available as well, that we don't really focus on, but it would be important or interesting for our members. We have work programs that we send you all the information on each call that you can have access to. So it's a lot of, the commission comes out with a lot of call topics. We put that under the work programs. We do a lot of matchmaking events. And the last one, which is on priority topics, the commission always likes to have stakeholder consultations with us, since we represent the members at the EU level as well. So if there is any topic that is a burning issue for you as a member, and you would like to bring that in front of the commission in terms of a future project, or there is a technology that you are working on and you would like for that to be included in a future call, do get in touch with us by clicking on that tab. It will give you a lot of access to information, and you can share that with us, and we can bring that at the EU level. Finally, to talk about the Research and Innovation Committee, we have a committee focusing on research and innovation that involves our members, but not only. We also have non-members joining this community. It is a great opportunity for you to share some of the work that you're doing in your organization. We give you a lot of access to make a presentation. So every time we have a meeting, we have around 2 or 3 presentations. So if in case you would like to present to the committee, which consists of 170 plus members and non-members, it is a great opportunity for you to showcase the work that you are doing. We meet thrice a year. So the next meeting is going to be on the 16th of September. And out here at this particular committee, we are looking out for the innovative trends in research and innovation that exists and that we are looking out for. It's a very interactive group. It's a nice bunch of folks that are really interested in sharing. So in the next one, I look forward to having you there. You can get onto Simantra and share more information with us. Now I will hand it over to Anastasia, who will talk about the KeyMark project. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. Great presentation, very concise. Before we talk about KeyMark, we will talk about communications. So I will pass to Sarah, our Communications and Events Director. Hello, Sarah.
Yes. Hi, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. So time is really ticking, so I'm going to try and go quite fast through this, but all the information will be shared afterwards. And of course, you can always get in touch with us directly. Some of the email addresses are already up on your screen there. So there is quite a big team with some people working more on the comms side, some more on the events side, also working on market intelligence and also on with some membership issues as well. So it's already been mentioned that, of course, the policy team is always doing a lot of stuff in terms of campaigning. Of course, the communications team is there to support very much with that, with all the social media, the media side, the graphic design, the numbers, and so on, and publishing a lot of news and publications. It's all on ehpa.org, our website. And we're also part of Clean Heat Europe, which is a campaign with several different organizations, working also with forward-looking heating and cooling industry members. Of course, we are very active on social media, particularly on LinkedIn, where I'm just very excited to have reached the target of 25,000 followers and still growing. So please do follow us. You can easily find us by looking for the European Heat Pump Association on LinkedIn if you haven't already started following us, and on Blue Sky, which we joined just a few months ago, but which is already going strong. There you look for Hello Heat Pumps and you can find us there too. So we have a whole range of content there, from introducing the team, a coffee break with team members to hear a bit more about their work in little videos, to really the policy content, to looking at projects, membership benefits and all the rest of it. And of course, we're also reaching out to media to support our messages as well. So we last year had 250 or so media mentions. So that's also something that we do quite a lot. Then just a little focus on Heat Pump Day. Now, sometimes I do this presentation and I ask people if they know when Heat Pump Day is, but I will spare you that. So it is on the 21st of October, the beginning of heating season, one might say. The first ever edition was last 21st of October 2024, and so we will be doing it again this year. There's a dedicated website which you can look at, heatpumpday.org. We're obviously spreading awareness. The idea is really to target a little bit more the wider public. We're working a lot with our members and our national associations, organising different events across Europe, including some in Brussels. So it's really something that we encourage everyone to get stuck into. We also have a lot of fun stickers and other kind of goodies and gadgets that we can send to you also for that. Then in terms of the events, several of us are just kind of freshly back from Krakow in Poland from Decarb Cities event, which is the most recent big event that we organised a couple of weeks ago. And the next big one coming up is the Heat Pump Forum. That's kind of our flagship event every year. It's held in September in Brussels. It's the 23rd to the 24th. You've got the dates there, you've got the venue. It's going to be great. You can already register. Again, the information's on our website. We'll have some very high level speakers and a lot of networking opportunities there as well. And of course, we have more targeted European Parliament breakfast debates, policy-focused ones as well as pure networking events, one of which, our 25th anniversary, I will come to. It's already been mentioned. I'm sure everyone wants to know more. I will say more in just a second. Of course, we're always present at the regular, there are these great big trade fairs, as I'm sure everyone knows very well. And of course, we're usually there with a booth with some presentations and so on, as well as supporting other external events via strategic partnerships. So 3rd of June, so that's next Tuesday, it's coming very fast, 1 week to go. Our 25th anniversary. It's going to be held in Brussels on Rooftop Albert. For those who don't know, there's the most spectacular views on the whole of Brussels. It's going to be a great venue with some great speeches, of course, music, entertainment, food, drink, and so on. Really wonderful networking opportunity. You can still sign up this week. It is free. And yeah, we would encourage everyone to come along because there are still spaces, but there's already a lot of people have signed up. So do sign up there with the QR code on our website, ehpa.org. And then I think finally from me, just to say a few things on the things that we offer that are, of course, specifically for members. We do have a communicators group and task force of people interested in communication that has a couple of meetings a year. It's rich in content, but it's not too much in terms of the quantity, I would say. So please, if you're interested in communications or marketing, do get in touch or sign up via the Semantra platform that Anna presented earlier. And we do have sections on our website, such as our heat pump stories section, where we're really trying to gather also information from members to showcase what you are doing and tell those stories. We have a dedicated social media pack with always updated with content, also on the members only platform for you to use, adapt and share as you wish. And of course, the weekly newsletter has already been mentioned. That goes out every Tuesday. It went out today. And that's full of a wide variety of content on everything that we do. And of course, not to forget, webinars such as this open also to new members, to old members who want to refresh their memories, but also potential interested members. Plus, we do have, organised by my colleague Anastasia here, a monthly Members Connect webinar with a specific focus on one of the benefits that we offer, so from policy to projects to events and networking, market intelligence and so on. And there you even can vote and help choose the next topic that you're most interested in. So I encourage you also to attend those. And I will stop there.
Thank you very much, Sarah. And yes, indeed, please join our, if you're a member already, please join our calls for members. Now we are on a break, but we will be back in September with Members Connect. And if you're not a member yet, then contact us, Connect, and become a member eventually. And now we have talked about the benefits and things that are mostly available to members. And the last point for today will be certification. So this topic is not relevant for members only. And our certification team is today working in Milan, so they cannot join us online. So I will take this responsibility of presenting their work. And I just realized that I forgot to mention who I am in the beginning. So my name is Anastasia, and I am the main contact person for members. So I'm membership and events officer here at EHPA. So please contact me if you have questions about membership. And now let's go to certification. So certification team is a small team. And Leopoldo D'Amico is the head of it. So he is the head of Heat Pump Key Mark Secretariat and Quality Label. I will explain soon what it means. And Danaika Kalis, she is a senior communications officer who is sharing this position, who's sharing position in two teams. And you can always contact them, so feel free. These emails are here for you, so you can be in touch. And I just realized now that I don't have control. Now I can control the slides. Our certification work involves two types of certification. So key mark certification covers a large variety of heat pumps. This is a single certificate that is open to all interested parties, and this is a third-party certification that is based on test points from eco-design. So it is it is aligned with European level standards. It ensures that there is regular factory production control and a check of quality management. And all the products that are tested once, they will be recognized everywhere in Europe. This certification covers heat pump space heaters, heat pump combination heaters, including space heating for space heating purposes and for district heat waters, for heat pump water heaters and air-to-air heat pumps. So it covers a large scope of heat pump systems. And here, as I already said, it's a third-party certification scheme, and it is a voluntary quality mark. At EHPA, we represent this. We only are responsible for the representation of it, while it's owned by the European Standardization Organization. And here are a few numbers. Right now, heat pump key mark certification includes 11 certification bodies and collaborates with 30 testing laboratories. And right now, over 190 brands hold HP key mark certificate, which include over 2,600 certificates, and they cover over 10,000 models. And if you managed to attend our previous meeting 6 months ago, you would have noticed how much these numbers have grown in the last 6 months. So the work is really going quick, and the interest to this type of certification is growing. And the next quality label, the next certification scheme that we cover in our team is quality label. So what is the difference with the key mark? The main difference is that it requires application and recognition at national level. It is also based on tests according to European standards, and the requirements for key mark and quality label are the same. So if you're certified for key mark, for example, you can easily apply for the quality label without any additional testing. So it's very quick procedure and very convenient. And quality label helps to ensure the to assure the quality of the product for consumers. And also here a few numbers. Again, they have grown a lot just in the last few months. And now Quality Label has 2,400 valid certificates with 14,600 models. And if you have more questions about this, as I mentioned, as my team is not here today, the certification team is not here today, you can contact them directly. You can also leave your questions here, and we will make sure that they will be passed to my colleagues, to our colleagues. And this was the last topic to be covered today, but I want to remind you that you can stay in contact with all of us. Here are the main contacts of people, but this is not the whole team, as we have 35 people now. It would take more than one page to list them all here. You can find our contacts if you're looking for a specific person on our website. It's really, we are trying to make it as easy as possible to contact us. And now it's time for your questions. Of course, we could talk for a few more hours about what we do, but maybe it will be easier if we answer directly to what you have to say. And for it to be easier, I will also activate microphone. So if you don't want to type, you can just start speaking. Now the microphones are activated, so anybody can ask questions. I don't see any hands or any mics deactivated, and I don't see any questions in the chat. which seems like we have been very clear today. Well, if that's the case, I'm really happy. But again, if you have questions later, or maybe you will review the recording or the slides that will be sent to you soon, you can also come back to us and always ask the questions. And I encourage you to keep participating, and really thank you for joining today. And please join our events, especially the upcoming week. And if you're a member, please don't forget to join the GA that's also happening next week. Unless there are last second questions, I think we will close this session. Thank you very much, everyone, and especially to my colleagues who have presented today. And see you all soon.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks for joining. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You. Bye bye.